Hello, Scorpio. This is Michelle from Divine Intuition, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading of December 2020. So, for this reading, I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, okay? Usually, I just use the Psychic Tarot. I think it's in a blue box, but this one is different. It's more related to the heart chakra. So, I'll be working on that. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to be pulling out one card from the Sacred Rebels as well, okay, Scorpio? And like always, I'll be taking a card out from the Witch's Tarot, okay? So let's start with the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, okay? All right, Scorpio, so let's see what's in store for you, okay? So I'm going to just concentrate, shuffle the cards. All right, moving on. So we have moving on. Throat chakra. Looks like Scorpios need to start expressing themselves, right? We have flow, move, and heal, new vitality. All right, Scorpios. So let's take a look at your reading. So we start off with moving on. So there's certain things in your life now that you're starting to outgrow now. Certain situations in your life, perhaps certain people in your life, friends, family members, people you usually hang out with, or spouse or partner, that you're starting to outgrow now. You're starting to outgrow the situation, and it's kind of like, it's kind of like in the past now. It's like you're moving on from the past, moving on from things that don't serve you anymore, that are not for your best interest, right? And it looks like you want to kind of move on to better grounds, higher grounds, somewhere that can be much more fulfilling, because it looks like where you are right now, Scorpio, it's not quite fulfilling you. You're not quite fulfilled right now where you are right at this moment, at this point, and you really want to search for things that can make you much more happy, or want to search for things that you are much more aligned with. Okay, so that's going to be kind of the challenge for this month of December for you, is trying to find that thing that you are aligned, right? And slowly letting go of attachments, I feel. Okay, now I do sense a blockage in my throat chakra, and then we did get the throat chakra here. So I do feel like it is difficult for you to express certain things, certain emotions right now. So I feel like there's a lot of blockages right now at this time, and there's a lot of things you want to say, but certain situations have repressed you, Scorpio, have repressed you for expressing yourself or expressing your opinions or what you feel, right? Or perhaps certain situations that have really hurt you and that you have outgrown need to be spoken. I feel like you need to speak up in the month of December about things that you have outgrown or things that you don't resonate with anymore, and what you would like to change and what you would like out of life and where you want to head towards, actually, right? And I think Spirit's really suggesting to work on your throat chakra in order to be able to express those things you want with other people, right? And to not be afraid. If we have been repressing it, and this month I feel like we're going to be starting to little by little be able to express ourselves vocally, maybe emotionally, in regards to what we really want, right? So that's what I see for you guys. We also have flow. Okay, so a lot of changes are going to be happening for you, a lot of shifts and movement. Okay, I feel like things can't continue the way they were before. You can't continue the same routine. I feel that's what they're saying, and it's time to kind of change things, change your routine, change the way how you plan things, change how you set forth your goals, or perhaps at the work, your workplace. There has to be certain changes in your life in order for things to progress, in order for things to be aligned, in order for things, for you to actually find that thing that you're searching for internally, and to search for that fulfillment. In order to search for that fulfillment, you have to make changes in your life, right? And there are certain moments that we experience certain things in our life, but then there are certain moments that we have to experience something different. So we've had our moment, our experience, our learning experience, and our growth throughout that period. the flow, and now you're shifting into another flow. So this is the wheel of fortune. So it's I still relate it to the wheel, but things in our life constantly shifts and moves and shifts and flows into different directions, right? So you're going to be starting to tune into the rhythm of life and connect to, well, I do feel like you are connecting to your heart, right? To your heart space and what your heart is saying, because he's holding his heart there. But you're going to be more in the rhythm of the universe, flowing with things, flowing where the universe wants to take you. You're going to start to listen to spirit more, listen to your intuition more, and go with your drive. So if you are perhaps doing one particular task and you're driven to do another task suddenly, then go with it, flow with it. That's what they're encouraging. They're encouraging you to shift like that, and if not to stay stagnant in the same direction, but to always flow and change things once in a while, and not to constantly repeat the same thing, because that actually creates stagnation. But when you start to flow with things and hear the rhythm of nature, hear the rhythm of synchronicity, then things are going to start to shift much more easily for you. You're going to start flowing with things much more easily, and things are going to start aligning with you much more easily, right? Because sometimes our egos like to control situations, and I always mention this, but I really, really want to push on that if we flow with things instead of controlling things, situations in our lives can approach much more easily, right? And we start to align with things that can actually open up our heart space, right? With move, right? And bring in opportunities and people that we can connect with much more profoundly, and we can feel fulfilled, right? And what we're doing and what we're working on, because what you're doing right now, Scorpio, is not working out. So the way how you're approaching things at the moment needs to be kind of changed and shifted at this time. And that's what Spirit is saying, is that there has to be certain changes right now in your endeavors and the way you're doing things, right? And if you flow with things, and if you allow to tune into that space within your heart, you'll be able to understand what Spirit is saying. You'll be able to tune into the waters, into that psychic connection of how you need to approach things, right? So there will be changes in the way you do things as well, and that will allow opportunities to flow in. Actually, it will allow yourself to open up to others and others to open up to you, and that's going to bring in like an opportunity to heal. Okay, Scorpio, so you will be healing for the month of December, and I really feel like like a breather, like finally, like the shackles are released. There's no more imprisonment. Perhaps you were constrained in the previous month, and you were restricted in certain things, right? But in the month of December, looks like you'll be liberated from it, liberated from those restraints and chains, right? And you'll be able to access certain things much more easily, because you're going to be tuning into your heart space. You're tuning into the flow of the rhythm of the universe, or the rhythm of life, or synchronistic events that's going to help you bring in forth these opportunities, these heartfelt connections, right? And by moving on, away from those situations, you'll be able to hey Randon, welcome to the monthly reading for Scorpio. So yes, so you'll be moving on to better opportunities, okay? And that's gonna bring forth more love in your life, I think. And it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. It's just, moving on from things that don't fulfill you anymore. It's moving forward to something that brings you more fulfillment, and you're more in alignment to those situations, right? And this is actually going to bring more vitality in your life. There's going to be more excitement, more passion. And when you tune into these things, I think that's going to bring more. It's going to drive you into accomplishing things, and because there's so much heart in love into what you're doing, right? And you're going to be aligned with these situations, right? And in flow with things as well, right? So that's going to give you opportunities to heal, and it's going to bring forth new creations being brought forth. You're going to start manifesting new ideas, new inspirations, because I see like visions coming forth for you, and I feel like that's going to be inspiration. I feel creative inspirations being brought forth to you, right? And that's because you're opening up, right? And you're moving on from things that are not working out for you, that you're not aligned with, basically, Scorpio. Okay, and you're tuning in. You're tuning in with the flow. So by tuning in with the flow, right, we bring in more inspiration in our life. We bring more vitality, right? New vitality. Because if we repeat the same things, we get really stagnant and it gets a little bit repetitive and boring, right? But when we shift things and do things differently and we add more spices to it, right? Then that's going to help bring new excitement for you, okay? So I do see new excitement, perhaps attraction, new love coming in, right? I do see like a level of bonding, a level of physical attraction as well with other people. And that's going to kind of spice up your life a bit and be a little bit more exciting, right? All right, so I'm going to take out 3 more cards to read further into the reading. All right, so we have the 4 of Pentacles. So I think because you're restricting yourself from making changes and kind of still keeping the same things how they are, that is bringing a level of restriction in your life and not allowing abundance and flow to come into your life. And I think you're going to be much more concentrated and probably saving up more money than giving out, right? So there's a level of lack that you're creating right now at this time in the month of December. And instead of giving, you're kind of restricting yourself from giving, I feel. So that's kind of what's creating the energy of lack, right? And a lot of it has to do with past pains that you went through in the past, certain situations that didn't work out. So it's hard for you to give of yourself to other people because of these situations that have happened to you. Perhaps in the past you were very giving and gave of yourself much more, right? And then with the 5 of Cups, it really suggests that certain things didn't work out the way you wanted to, and there were certain disappointments and there were certain situations that let you down, and kind of the waters were spilled, right? Spilled milk, right? So that really has affected you on an emotional level, on a very deep emotional level. And because of that, it has suppressed your heart and has made you want to walk away from those situations from the past, right? And a little pessimistic probably, and a little bit reserved and not giving of yourself anymore. So if people have approached you, you do push yourself away, not give of yourself as much either, right? So, but that I don't blame you because of the situations you have gone through. It's been quite painful and disappointing, right? But there's going to be some assistance for you coming your way, Scorpio. Like, there are people who want to help out, who want to give you support, who want to connect with you or give advice, right? So it's very important you listen to this advice and guidance, because that can help you heal, actually. Because I do sense that you will be healing in the month of December. You will be releasing, the shackles. You will be releasing the chains and restrictions that your limited beliefs, I feel. I think you were very limited in your beliefs within yourself and your capability of what you could achieve, right? But I think certain guidance from somewhere, it can be guidance from on YouTube, from somebody or a counselor or somebody who's or your friend who give you this insight, right? Or there could be a spiritual teacher who can help you gain a better understanding of yourself and your situation in order to help you align to what you want and move on forward from and letting go of the things that no longer serve you. So this healing process is going to happen, I think, because somebody's going to be assisting you and helping you out, right? And that's going to bring your life force back. So you're going to get that power back and that creativity and inspiration back, those colorful rainbows back into your soul and your aura and your energetic field. So you're going to be much more energized, right? So wow, so that was quite a reading, Scorpio. That was really intense, and I really understand with the hope moving forward towards better grounds and letting things from the past and go, right? So, but there will be healing for you. So don't worry, Scorpio, okay? And new inspiration coming forth for you. Okay, so let's take a card from the Sacred Rebels. Wow, what a beautiful card. I really connect to this card. It's called... It says, in the world, not of the world. Okay. So there she is. Full expression, liberating herself, being free, and I connect this a lot with the heal. When we heal ourselves, not only are we not only do we heal, we let go of that wound, but we also liberate ourselves. We start to become who we are, because holding grudges can really push us back. I think there's 3 poisons in the body, which is grudge, ignorance, and I forgot the other one. But I might remember after this video, but they're not good for you. Holding grudges is very toxic for the body, right? And then once we liberate those pains, right, we are liberated, right? We are free to be who we are. We are free to express who we are, and we feel much more lighthearted, and we don't carry that weight in us anymore, right? And there is a level of feeling out of place, Scorpio. You do once in a while feel out of place, not of this world, very disconnected with people and situations, right? And that really explains why, you want to move on forward and not want to go back to the same patterns and same people and routines anymore. You've outgrown it a long time ago, Scorpio, and you really want to move on forward to better grounds, right? And you really want to find this other inspiration that's calling you, that you're aligned with, right? And this is going to help you liberate yourself. By liberating certain pains and traumas, you're going to be able to express your divine nature, express who you are, right? And be creative and flow with your creativity, right? So lots of water here. I also see like divine messages, being in tune with your inner divinity as well. So yeah, this is a very strong card. So also be mindful that you are a visitor in this planet, right? You are visiting around, and you're here to gain experiences, right? And you're in the world to experience, right? And you're here to have a human nature experience. So enjoy and play. Don't also take things serious as well. That's what I also feel with the card, is that that's why it's good to flow with things and not to repeat things all the time and shift things around, because it's good to have excitement. It's good to play a little in your life, right? And bring more vitality, right? And those little simple things in our life is what kind of fuels us and brings more life into our souls, brings that life force back, right? So, all right, Scorpio. So that was your monthly reading for December 2020. If you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment below, okay? And I'll see you guys in my next video, all right? And have a wonderful month of December, my Scorpios. Have a good one. Bye.